Hi, everybody. How is everybody doing this Sunday evening? This is an impromptu. I didn't let anybody know I was doing a live, so hopefully somebody will want to join me. I've got a project I want to work on, and yeah, so I am ready to go. When you come in, just say hello. If you're watching the replay, thank you. Thank you for watching the replay. I appreciate it. And yeah, let me know how you're doing today. All right. So today is Sunday the 22nd. Um, I'm going to be working on a project. Tell me if you're working on anything. Well, hey Deb, how's it going? Oh, I'm so glad you joined me. Oh, I'm having a hard time remembering that one more whip is the same, Deb. That's one more whip with a capital O. How are you? Oh, I love seeing your videos. Hi, Denny. How are you, honey? So good to see you guys. What have you been up to today? Tell me, tell me. Hi, Samantha. I know. How are you doing today? Your granny square blanket. You go, girl. I'm working on a square blanket too. But yeah, I'm just weaving in my ends from where I joined. It's going to take me a long time. I do not like joining. That's one of the reasons why I do not like granny squares. All the ends. All the ends. I think there's only one reason to like granny squares, and that is that you can take it with you. You know what I mean? It's like a small project. 94 in Massachusetts. I don't even know what temperature it is here. It's warm. Probably not 94 warm. Weather's been doing some crazy stuff this year, hasn't it? Crazy stuff. Hi, Tina K. How are you? Oh, I missed you yesterday. I know you had company come in and you weren't able to come, but man, it was so nice yesterday. Oh, it was so nice yesterday that Hi Tammy, how are you, honey? Tammy Twyford. How's everybody doing today? Now Deb's working on her. Hi Gina, how are you? I know, but it's just weird weather everywhere, Denny, don't you think? I mean, crazy weather. In the Midwest is having crazy weather. We're having crazy weather here in the South. It's just like, duh. If you hadn't seen it, I posted a video this morning on my trip to the Kentucky Sheep and Fiber Festival and had such a good time. I didn't stay for very long. I'll tell you, I got there at 10 and Mr. Happy picked me up around 12, or actually before 12. Started watching your picture. Oh, it's so nice. Yeah, it was really a really good time. I really had a good time. Tammy says it's good in Ohio. Working on a drunken granny blanket. Now, okay, I'm very out of the loop. But what's the difference between a drunken granny and a granny? I mean, is there a difference in like? I know it looks different because everything's slanted, right? I think I just cut the wrong. I think I just cut something wrong here. Oh, well. And I also filmed something else. Let's see here. Oh, really, Denny? Well, see, I know Krista from the Secret Yarnery had it out too. I didn't know what it was. It's like a C to C, but work back and forth. I think I get that. Okay. Yes, Denny, tell us how your grand kiddos are doing. Oh, excuse me. Every time I get on here, I don't know what it is. Spanish subtitles. That would be fun, I guess that would be kind of fun watching it in subtitles. Oh, shoot. So what do you guys want to talk about today? I mean, because I could talk about yarn all day long, but is there anything else you guys want to talk about? This be a good question and answer time if you got questions for me. Yeah, well, I understand that, Danny. I mean, she needs to, cater to her own nationality, right? I have been having a terrible headache. It's allergies. I'm pretty sure it's out. I'm hoping it's allergies and not anything else. So you guys tell me what you want to talk about. Because I mean, like I said, I could go on and on about my trip to the the fiber festival. I didn't take many pictures though, and that's the thing. Mr. Happy says, "Well, show me all the pictures you took." I think I took 4 4 pictures. And 2 of them were of projects that I want to. Well, one of them is a project that it was an inspiration for me that I wanted to do sometime, but anyway. Did you? I bet her directions were very, very good, weren't they, Tammy? I'm sure that they're very good. All is what they're great. When is this one due, Denny? When is the next grandbaby due? Is anybody working on anything while they're chatting with me today? Yeah, she's good. A little boy. Mr. Happy's niece just had her 5th grandbaby. and named her. It's now she's got 4 girls, 1 boy. So the last one was the little girl, and she named her Findlay Sage. Isn't that pretty? Findlay Sage. You're at work, Denny. Good. Good. Bringing home that bacon. Yeah, bring home the bacon, Mama. I have to admit, you guys, I apologize if you've got channels out there. I have not been watching a whole lot of yarny content videos lately. First time grands in October. Yay! Yay! Tina K's gonna be a granny. She's gonna be a granny. What are they gonna call? You want them to call you granny or grandma or Nana? Now, I will say this, the only pattern I've actually, or tutorial that I followed from Krista is for the mile a minute baby blanket. I did the mile a minute baby blanket, but I didn't do the same border that she did. She's got the most fantastic borders. Oh my word, does she ever do some great borders. There's one that she did, and I've got to find the pattern for it because I really want to do it one time. It looks like that's right. Whatever they say first. And it was speak at Chloe's side. That's not what she's gonna call me. Oh, I'm grandma. I like grandma. You know, I did a blog many years ago, and it was called What You Call Your Grandmother. And it was a really interesting a blog post that I put out. I don't even think it's out there anymore because I think they shut my page down or whatever, and I never saved it. But anyway, it was really interesting because I was thinking of what I called my grandmother. I called my grandmother Grandma, and I called my German grandmother Oma because that's German for grandmother, Oma. And but I was thinking about my grandmother, and Christmas flower granny came out beautifully. Oh, that sounds gorgeous, Denny. Is that a gift for somebody? Anyway, the topic of that blog was, what do you call your grandmother? And I was thinking about this, and I said, back in the day, you didn't call your grandmother just anything. My grandmother, even though she was born and raised in the North, she ended up in Oklahoma, but she would never allow herself to be called Nana or Mama or anything like that. I mean, because they were very prim and proper, right? Tammy, I'm called Nana. I raised my grand. Oh, nice. Oh, Mima. See, there's so many different things to be called nowadays. Some people take whatever, like what Tina K was saying, was like whatever they say. But I remember nobody called my grandmother anything but grandma. And I was just thinking, if nowadays, if my grandmother was alive and her grandkids called her Meemaw, or Nana, you know, I think she would just come right up and slap you because that's just, you just don't do that. Oh, Krista. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Gotcha. um, well, hi, Mare. How are you? How you doing? How you feeling? So yeah, anyway, it was just interesting because we nowadays in I think it's our generation. Hi, Joyce. It's great to see you here too. Thank you for coming. I guess the I don't know, the older I get, I see so many different variations, on the term, and um it's just interesting. I remember my dad, he never called not maybe wait a minute, let me think here, because he always referred to her referred to his mother as mother, not mom. I think when he got older, he might have every once in a while let mom slip. He called my mom, his wife, mom, like mama. Mama said this, do this, but he would never call his mom mama. Hi, Crystalyn. How are you? Grandma, and added their names. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, my grandmother, my grandfather, after my grandmother passed away, he remarried, and we called her Grandma Todd. Even though it was the second one, but we called her Grandma Todd, not just grandma, because she wasn't our grandma. Well, you're the second one, Crystal Lynn, that's working on a Granny Square blanket. Who was the other one? Who else is working on a Granny Square? Oh, Deb was. Deb's working on a Granny Square blanket right now. Both the other names put you in time. I know, yeah. They were strict, weren't they? I don't know. I was partial. I'm partial to. I don't. My grandkids are. I don't even know if I should say that, but I would want them to call me Oma if they were to. I would want them to call me Oma, but I'm working on the clue 4 or 5 of the Rami Hill mystery cat. Oh, so you're knitting, Joyce. Nice. You have a grandma and a granny. Yay! Hi, Jean. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Now I showed this on one of my videos. I cannot remember which one it was I did it, but it was it's a very long wrap. Yes, and the colors are gorgeous. They look very much like those colors that I got at the hi, Amelia. Um the colors that I bought at the Kentucky Fiber Festival. Here, look, these are let's see here. I got to move this. Hold on a second and I'll show you those colors. Came across, and it gets to you after a while. Oh, yeah, red. Mare, you are so right. But look at these. Now, this is more of a mustardy color, but look at those colors. Now, this has a little bit more green. This has green and not purple. This one has more of a purple. But, oops. They're a lot of the same colors. Look at that. Neat, right? Oh, I've been doing some research, you guys. Okay, now I knew this, but it didn't register with me. Um, oh, Crystalline, I hope you feel very comfortable in mine. And if anybody has anything bad to say, I'll just call them out. um, so okay, Hanks. These are Hanks. And I didn't really fully understand that you're supposed to hang them up. You're not supposed to cake them until they're being used. And I would get so excited about getting a new yarn, a new hank of yarn, that I would cake it up real quick because I was like so excited. Um, oh, well, I'm glad you're here, Crystalline. Really, I really am. Um, So I've got all these hanks though, and they're piled up so high. I don't have room for them. So I've been doing a little research and I think I don't know if you've noticed, but I cleaned off this wall here. This was full of yarn and I cleaned it out. I've taken off all my acrylic. All the acrylic that was here, if it didn't fit with my other acrylics, it's being out, it's going out, it's leaving, it's saying bye-bye. Anyway, but I don't know if I'm going to keep this, if we're going to live in this house or if we're going to be moving to a different house. But I've already decided that when I say when, I said when we move to our house, um, I know I get so excited, but then I mean, because I have a project in mind, right, Jean? And you got this project, you're gonna make it, and it just sits there and you never finish it, and then it's like sits on your shelf for like years, and it's like, oh well, yeah. So I'm thinking I found in on the website for Home Depot that they have those slat panels, and you could get a 4x4, 4 foot by 4 foot for $90. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, I know. But I think I can get, if I find a 4x4 panel. And then at Amazon, I can buy those hooks that go in. And I'm hoping that a 4x4 panel will be enough to be able to hang all my yarn, all of the hanked up yarn, because I got a lot of that. And I know what I could do. It's not a pegboard, Crystalline. It because a pegboard just has lots of little holes in them, right? But I've not been able to find a long peg that's like 6 to 8 inches long that you could put in a peg. These are called slat boards, and they look like pieces of panel, but they got this strip in between them, and then you put the hook in like this, and well, it's like a L, and you hook it in, and so that the the tip of the hook is underneath the peg, and then yeah. So I think that would be so pretty. But then I thought just occurred to me, you guys, that if I got, you know, like, I know I'd have to have a lot of money, but if I did even more of the boards, I could get, they also have like baskets that you could put on there, right? And you could put baskets with the yarn. Ooh, that'd be pretty. Because I like keeping my stuff like in order, you know? So, wouldn't that be fun? Oh my gosh. Mm. But maybe I mean, I really like keeping my special fibers on in my open racks. Mm. Well, how does it? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, that would be really pretty. I think, and I think it would. I mean, I think I would like it more than what I'm doing now because right now I've just got them on like shower hooks and they're just kind of like hanging all over and I don't really get to see. They're not like showcased. I want to be able to see the yarn. And but you know what's going to end up happening. Hi, honey. How are you, Dana? Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to see you. How have you been, sweetheart? I don't get on anymore much on any channels, so happy Sunday to you too. But I'm gonna want those pegs filled, you guys. So then what, right? It's like you put the yarn on the hook and then it's like, I don't want to use those. um uh, Exactly, Mare. You are so right. Oh, girl, you know exactly what I'm feeling right now. Exactly. Um, number 50. What? What? Now, are you saying you have designed 50 things and you're making Oh, girl, you go. You go. See, and I think my here's my issue is I think what I have been doing is I watch some channels and if they start getting to be like that, I back off. But I don't and I guess I should be more picky about who I subscribe to. Ah, I am so excited for you, Dana. That's amazing. Good for you. I That is going to be one of my goals for I'm not even going to give myself a time limit because I mean when I do I always let myself down. But I would love to get into making patterns and designing. And you know what that means though? Dana, I think you'll probably agree with me when I say this. If you're into not into but if you're wanting oh yeah, fun. Yes, make it fun. Um, but if you're wanting to delve into the design aspect of crochet or yarn, this period, okay, in designing, um, you really have to limit yourself to watching things that will help out in that way and watching other people's patterns. That's difficult to do. Hi, Debbie. How are you? I haven't seen you in forever. Um, because I want to watch other people how they make all their stuff, and then I was like, oh, I can do that, and so I'll do something like that instead of, okay, wait a minute, I can do that myself. I can make something like that myself. Yeah, and you know, and one of the excuse me, one of the good things about watching about going to these the yarn and fiber festival was I got to see a lot of stuff. And and sure people's designs into mine. I would do that. Well, you know what? I understand that, Crystalline. I really do. And I'm sure Dana could attest to the same thing. And what I have discovered, like if you were to do that, if you were to say, take like 3 or 4 people and get inspiration from them and kind of intermingle them, that's doable. From what I understand of the design aspect, because it has to be, hi Donine, how are you? How is Canada? It has to be a certain percentage of that designer's pattern to be considered a ripoff, if you will. Am I right, Dana? Do you know anything else about that? Tracy, I was hoping you would come. Hi, honey. You're going to be working and lurking. What you working on, girlie? I'm going to grab my camera here. You're at the cottage. Woohoo! So, this is a really long wrap that was intended to be like, a huge shawl, right? Oh, you're going to be working in your Etsy shop. There you go, girl. So I'm going to see if I can pull up the picture, 2 pictures that I took 3 pictures. Okay. That yarn that I bought, that I just showed you. Let's see here. With these colors here. Okay. This is the pattern, or this is the design that she came up with. Now this is all knit, okay? But look at this gorgeous pattern. Let me see if I can make it. There you go. Look at that, guys. Can you see it? Isn't that gorgeous? Now this is a shawl that she made, and it looks like it has some kind of a keyhole or something, but that is so pretty. And I just love those colors together, right? And I'm thinking, come on, guys, a crocheter, I can come up with something like that. I can do that. Jean, are you fangirling on our Tracy? I'm fangirling because Tracy's here, and I'm fangirling because all y'all are here. I love y'all. I love you all. Now, let me show you this other pattern. This is a cowl. Oops. This is a cowl that I mean, I had to hold it up and I went, I have got to find this. I have got to not find this because it's knit. I have to design this myself for crochet. Look at that. That is a cowl, you guys. Isn't that cool with those 4 buttons? And she somehow knitted or crocheted the buttons. Isn't that neat? I love that. Mr. Happy said it kind of looks like a peacock. Yeah, it's so cool, right? So I took one more picture of this design, and it didn't come out as well as I wanted it to, but you'll kind of get the gist. Okay. Now, of course, again, this is knitted, but it's a shawl and it's striped, but then the edges are like it's the same. What's in between the red is this gray color, the gray variegated there, or light off-white. And it was all I should have held it up. It was all lacy. It was so pretty. And I'm thinking, boy, wouldn't that look great? Oh, inspiration just struck me. Dana, don't you copy me now. But wouldn't that look cool as a collar of a beautiful, oh my word, a red long sweater with that as a like a shawl collar. Oh guys, I've got to design something like that. Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh, that would be so cool. Ugh. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This is I'll show you the picture since I couldn't I can't figure out how to put it on a yeah, don't copy me, Dana. This is one of the I didn't know how to I don't know how to put the pictures on my computer to add them to whatever. So this is one of let's see here. This is this let me see who this is. Hold on a minute. Um oh shoot. I bought it was this yarn. No, that's not the right one. Oh, what yarn did I do? This one here. No, that's not the right one. I bought a yarn from her. But now I can't remember what it was. No, that wasn't it. Nope. Nope. Here it is. This one. Oh. This mode knit yarn. That's her. And she died and she's got all that yarn behind her. Isn't that pretty? Kathy, how are you, sweetheart? I haven't seen you in forever. How are you? Wait a minute. Now, Dana's asking how you're feeling. Have you been feeling ill lately? Hi, Mel. There's a knit pattern by Julie. You can call the pinion sweater turtleneck with the long sleeve and cables on the front. Oh, that would be so cool. Yeah. This yarn was so pretty behind her. Now, this one that I picked up, this is the one that has merino and nylon, and it is so beautiful. I love that colorway. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, I hope you're feeling better, sweetie. So let me see what else I had. I showed you that. Now this is this middle section of the okay, wait a minute. That middle section right there, it was all just wool. I mean, they had it in these big plastic bags, and it was just plain wool. I mean, it was right off the sheep. I don't know if it was still warm. Maybe it was still warm because, oh, I've missed you too, Kathy. I really have, sweetheart. But they did have a lot of sheep and they were going to be doing some shearing. And I don't know if they just took that and brought it over here because I noticed that what they did was they had that on the table and then they had to move some and anyway, I just thought it was really cool. And then, oh, look, somebody had a yarn. Well, there was a couple of them had yarn trucks. Oh, Samantha, did you make me something to eat, honey? And I'm telling you what, that yarn truck looked mighty nice. Mighty nice. But it was so cool because what I did was I took pictures of my stash because I know. Now, Tracy, we're going to have to talk, honey. Now, we'll talk in a second. But I thought that, let me see here. That's not the right picture. Nope. Okay, this is the picture. No, stop it. Do you see that yarn right there? Crystalline, I don't think a 16-foot U-Haul is going to be enough for my yarn. but I saw that's yarn right there. I thought was my Malabrigo yarn. Turns out it wasn't my Malabrigo. Oh, honey, I don't like onion rings. Sorry, but I'll take the fries and the burger. I love that. Anywho, so I thought that was my Malabrigo. It turns out it wasn't, but that's the one I pointed out. If y'all have seen my video from this morning where I went to the place, that's the one I said, I need to match that yarn. And I pulled up this one and this one, and they match perfectly. Hi, Proverbs. So let me show you again if you didn't see it this morning. So this is that yarn, and these are the colors that I got. Did I do a good job of matching that or what? Blessings to you too, Proverbs. So, I mean, I am so excited. And this fiber content and this fiber content, let me see. No, this one. These two fiber contents are exactly the same. I couldn't have done any better. And now I have enough to make something really special. Yeah, Mary, it was a great match. Good match. That was a God thing for sure. Because I didn't have it with me. Jeannie, to answer your question, Mom is doing okay. She is, I miss it too, sweetheart. I miss those morning lives more than you know. And if I didn't have to work full time, I wouldn't, I would be doing them every single morning. Mom is doing as well as can be expected. Yeah, I love it when that happens too. I know. But she's in a nursing home, and she'll be there until she passes. But she has good days and bad days. Her bad days are filled with confusion and frustration and sadness, and she just, I think she kind of like loses her will to just be. Yeah, it's sad. And as far as hi, Amanda. And yeah, pray for, yes, it's dementia. She's in between stage 5 and 6 for those of you that are familiar with the disease. And it only goes to stage 7 is when you are totally. Kelly, hi, sweetheart. Hi, Angela. Oh, Kelly, I'm fangirling on you, girl. I love you. Hi, Amelia. Thank you so much for your prayers. She needs the prayers. I don't get down to see her very often. Maybe once a week. I like doing more than, I wish I could do more than that. But it's just difficult, especially, I hate to say, I don't want to use this as an excuse, but with the price of gas, and she only lives about 20 miles, but I miss you too, Samantha. It's only about 20 miles, but if I don't have a reason to go down that way, I try to do it with a combination of stuff, right? So I don't get down there very often. Um, it's emotionally and mentally exhausting. Yes, it is. Oh, Crystalline, I'm so sorry. And you know the scary thing is it's not going to get any better. It's not going to get any better. Well, Proverbs, I had it was very long here, and I got it all chopped off, and now I just trimmed my bangs a little bit this morning. Uh, yeah, they're good. Now, the good days are the days that when I do visit, because there are days that I go down there where she's having a bad day, and my being there doesn't mean anything. But um um but there's good days when she laughs and she's full of life and energy, and even then um when she is having a good day, I say a good day because she's in a upbeat mood. um she's her confusion is still off the rail. I mean, it's just really bad. Lewy body. Oh, I'm so sorry, Tammy. I have heard that that is one of the most devastating. I'm so very sorry, Tammy. You will be in my prayers because that is. I'm going to stop. There was somebody on YouTube, and he documented his journey with his mom, and his name was Joey. I think it was Life with Joey or something like that. Um, like, yeah, something. But he had a YouTube channel. This was I watched his mother. She did pass away, but and he stopped recording, obviously, but he recorded his visits with his mom, and he posted them. um and she was okay with it. I mean, she knew when before she started getting a lot of problems. Anyway, let's talk about yarn. It's more fun. Yeah, I will say I am crocheting. My mom started a pillow case to match her. Um, yeah, I know, Samantha. Yeah. Everything is very difficult. We just need to be praying for each other, and that, yeah. Anyway, I'm making her a pillowcase for a pillow that matches the Afghan that I made her. Hi, crazy yarn cat lady. How are you? Yeah, good and bad days. Um, and it's sad because even if you only spend one day a week with them, if they're having a really bad day, it still lingers with you the rest of the week because it takes its toll on you. My brother came up last weekend. He was here because we did actually go ahead and sell our house, and he went to closing, and that was very difficult, very very difficult. But it's over with, so that's done. That chapter of our life is over. Um, I know, I saw that, Tina K. But and guess what I did with that catalog? I had it on my table for the longest time, and I turned around this morning and I put it in the garbage. Ah, yes. You know what? I tell you something, Mayor, that I don't know. No, I didn't buy yarn. I didn't buy yarn from there because I spent all my money on that. um, but something that I considered, and I don't know if you guys want to think about this. Those of you that are going through this, um, I I'm going to take this because my mom, and I know for some of you, your mom is your best friend, right? You're not, okay, Crystalline, thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit. Bye. My mom is my best friend. I want to do everything with her, and when she was well and she was 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 15 years ago, we were best buds. I mean, we hung out together, we did everything together. Well, um, uh, I know that the day that she passes away is going to break me. It's going to break my spirit. And I just had a comforting, peaceful moment this past week where I felt like this is actually a gift. This gift of dementia is actually a gift because, well, hi, how are you? God Crochet and Chatter. Suzanne, hi, sweetheart. So I'm considering it a gift. And the reason I say it like that is because every day I see my mom, I say a little goodbye to her every time. Yes, that's true, Jean. That fact alone is going to be a huge weight lifted off of us, right? But I'm just saying goodbye a little at a time, you know, because saying goodbye at a boom at the end is like, but now it's going to be easier. I think I don't know. I mean, I know it's going to be easier because I know she's going to be better off, and I will be better off because I know that she's not in pain, she's not suffering. I have upcoming next orange. Oh, absolutely, Suzanne. Let's keep Denny, are you still with us? If you would yes, Jean, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Denny, if you're still here, would you mind putting Suzanne from God Crochet and Chatter on your prayer list and maybe adding her to Granny D's? I'd appreciate that. Um so anyway, um now, going back to what Tina K was saying about Hirschner's, it goes back to what I had said in my video this morning, in that this is a decision that I have to make for myself. You guys, I'm not kidding you. I had this entire, you can't even see down underneath here, this whole thing. And there's another shelving area here that was full of yarn. And all of it was acrylic. And there's, excuse me, absolutely nothing wrong with acrylic. I know I've used it. I love working with some of it, and it's great. I still have a lot left, but I've come to a decision that I'd rather have this little tiny bit and it be inspiring to me and make some beautiful things than all of that would take me so much longer to use up because I would never be able to have used up all that. I mean, this right here might be 4 wearables. I mean, isn't that sad? I mean, that's spending a lot of money on just such a little bit 4 wearables. Um, but I know that these wearables that I'm going to be making with all of this is they're going to last me for the rest of my life. And I would rather have 4. I'm old, guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm over the hill or nothing, but at this point in my life, I'd rather have 4 really nice, beautiful um wearables that I can wear for any time I want than having a wall full of yarn that is, yeah, it's nice to look at, but I would not use it. I don't know. It just That's just me. That's just me. And listen, I've got 2 small boxes here with each with probably 12 to 15 skeins of yarn in it. I've got and these I'm going to give away because I can't I'm not going to be using them. I'm going to either give them away or donate them or something. And then I've got Karen cakes and I've got skinny cakes and da 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 da, da all the paint, the stylecraft yarn and all that kind of stuff. And I love it. Don't get me wrong. I think, oh, I want to make stuff with that. But the reality, and you know what? This 2 words came to my mind yesterday, and they have been going "Dur, dur, 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 dur," for the last 24 hours. Know thyself. Know thyself. And you don't want to do something or buy something. Well, no, do something. You don't want to do something because you think you might one day in the future, or oh, it looks so pretty, or whatever, fill in the yarn. Fill in the yard. Fill in the blank. But we have to know what's realistic for us. That's what I want to say. You know, I've been learning a lot about clutter and organizing and minimalization and all this kind of stuff. Um, think we get caught up. Yes, yes, I know. It's like, and it's not even this fear of missing out. I don't think it's that. I think it's more of we want to live up to an ideal, right? We want to live up to this ideal thing that we have in our head. Um yeah, exactly, Kay. That's exactly right. And that's one of the reasons why I keep that acrylic because Brittany, hi. Oh my gosh, I've been wanting to reach out to you for weeks and months, girl. I hope you're doing well. Um, and I have the acrylics because there are projects that I know are going to come up where somebody's going to say, I'm allergic to wool, or I want to make a blanket, for somebody, and I don't want to use cotton or wool to make a blanket for somebody, right? So I have some, but I'm not gonna have a house full of yarn that Deb, have you been watching her? Is she not amazing? Oh my word. Hi, Apple Pecan. Jeannie, how are you? Deb, I am so obsessed. And I have reached out to her. I'm gonna admit something to you. I have reached out to her and she has not called me back. But I think I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm going to copy, if you will, and have like different sheep, um uh like sheep, alpaca, vicuña, and I don't know, something else, alpaca, llama, sheep, and vicuña, and have like, like her clutter bug thing, right? Cass, yes, I love Cass. Oh my gosh. But so anyway, the whole thing is that we try to be something that we're not. And if we try to sort our yarn or our stash or our craft room, if we try to do it like so and so because it works for that so and so, and we think, oh, it's beautiful. And then in 2 weeks, 2 months, we're like right back to where we were. Apparently, that way of doing it is not working for us. And we try to push our round ball self into that square peg, and it's not gonna work, people. It's not gonna work. Like um for some people, putting all their yarn in order of color, like that rainbow color, for some people that works. Great for you. I'm so excited that you found it and it works and it just gives you all the creativity you need. I know. Me too, Deb. Me too. We're butterflies. I think I'm going to call us vicuñas. Because that's the best one. I know. And I think that's what ends up happening is so many of us, and it's me too. A lot of us have a lot of yarn because you can't pass up a good deal. Yes, Jean, you are so right. But when you think about it, would you do the same thing for, let's say, soap? There's a deal on soap. Would you go buy 15 bars of soap because it's on sale? Even though it's not something you would use normally, but it's on sale. I know it's called Clutterbug. Jeannie, it's called Clutterbug, and it's so amazing. So anyway, some people they like, I'm right now, I'm looking at my room and I know what I am. I know what I am. Oh, okay, Jean. Okay, that makes sense. All right. But do you use it? And her whole point was, if you don't use it and you're just buying it, even craft stuff, if you don't use it, it's just taking up valuable real estate that you could use for something else. That's all I was going to say about that. I didn't mean to disparage anybody, okay? Right, exactly. I don't crochet. And most people, now I know there's a couple people who can't do that because either they don't have the space, they don't have the time, whatever it is. Hi, Diamond Ring Girl. Wasn't it fun? But anyway, there's some people that have to see their yarn in order to be creative. And there's some people that just, oh my gosh, I see everything and it's just, it blows your mind and you're like, oh, no, put it away behind closed doors, and hey, if it works for you, do it. Oh, I miss seeing you too. But anyway, watching her videos has been so, life-changing, honestly, life-changing. And I don't say that about a lot of channels, but she is definitely one of them that I'm telling you what, she challenges me. Now, I'm not a minimalist, and even though in my mind, in my dream Petra world, I want to be a minimalist. I want to be a minimalist cricket, but that is not reality. And it probably would drive me crazy, to tell you the truth. I mean, yes, it would. I have, it's like a goal, but it is a fantasy. It's never going to happen, and I would be out of my depth if you did that to me. So anyway, yeah, I'm definitely thinking about doing a video on that, and even showing examples and talking about that kind of thing in the hobby world. Just basically bringing what she's doing into the hobby world, so that I know it overwhelms me, but Deb, you are so spot on. It's like, if it's organized, I see it and it's neat. Like, people would say that what I have up there is neat, but it's not. I mean, it's okay. I'm going to take y'all on a journey. We're going on a sentimental journey. Okay. I'm just going to turn the camera, or my computer. I'm going to turn it so that you guys can see my wall of yarn. Okay. So hold on just a minute, without getting anybody too ill. All right. See, there's my wall. Can you see it? Yeah, that's my yarn wall. Okay, so let me talk about that for a second. Oops, I'm tangled. So the yarn field trip, right, Danny? It was fun. Now I have it in order, but it's not pleasing to my eye. Because I have things hanging and I have things stacked. Excuse me. And I have things in containers and some are not. I don't like that. And it gets me a little bit when I think about it. Earlier in the video here today, I started talking about decent, orderly, easier said than done. Yes, absolutely, Suzanne. You're so right. But eventually, when I get my own space and we get our house or whatever, and I'm able to do things to my house, I'm definitely going to put it in order that is going to work for me. This is as good as it can get in my space right now. I've been taking a lot of notes on different styles. Not everybody is like me. Not everybody's like Deb. Or whoever it is else is like, likes to see all their stuff, A lot of people would rather not see it. They would know. Kelly, hi. Oh, I haven't seen you forever. Oh my gosh, girl. What has it been, like a year? How are you? Oh my goodness. I hope you're doing okay. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm about ready to cry seeing you here, and Dana being here. Are you still here, Dana? Oh my word. I got some celebrities in the mix. So yes, Deneen. Oh, good for you. Good for you. And at least you figured out what you like, right? And if it works for you, that's great. Now, here's another thing. Here's another thing that I'm having to learn. I have all my stuff in this room, but I don't do my crocheting in this room. Most of my crocheting is done in the living room when I'm watching TV with husband. So I'm going to have to figure out how to do myself a nice little caddy. And I've got a caddy, but it's overflowing and it looks like yarn threw up on this whip caddy because I've got bags and containers shoved on top of this and that. And oh, and so yeah, I think if I am able to get my things down to a manageable size, I would like to have a spot, be able to take this caddy every time the thing is I got to bring it back. Okay. I can't just leave it out there all the time because then that will cause me stress. So whenever I'm working, I'll take it out there and then I'll bring it back. At the end of the night or, whenever I'm done working. Yeah. And knowing what you like or not just knowing what you like, but knowing what works. Because I know I like to see my yarn, but I I don't how do I put this? I want to see it, but I need it organized a certain way. I understand that for sure. I understand, Kelly. I do understand. I hope you're feeling better. So anyway, I am so like addicted to watching. In fact, I'm watching videos over. I keep putting watch later, watch later, watch later, and half the time the red bar shows up. Oh, I already watched that one. So anyway, but all that to say, Jean, I am not trying to disparage you as far as hi, Nana Michelle. By saying that you need the acrylic, you need the sails and all that. I understand that. I do that too. I did that too. I sorted my yarn room, only found one skein of yarn that I knew I wouldn't use. All the rest is there, would be used for Oh, good for you, Danine. Good for you. Awesome sauce there. Yeah. Um, yeah. And I mean, I'm looking at my acrylic wall, and I've got the Believe by Petra, which I have to have, and I still haven't made a project with it, which I got to do. Okay, Jean, thank you. And I have latte cakes and skinny cakes and crystal cakes, and I've got these twister cakes, and I've got the cakes, but do I eat them? I have my cake and I can eat it too. I'm being silly. So anyway, all that to say is I'm really trying to be realistic with myself and say, Petra, you keep saying you're going to do it. Are you really? If you're not, then bless somebody else with it. That's all you got to do. Bless somebody else. Thanks, Danny. So one of the things that was brought up in one of in one of Cass's videos, that she said, would you buy it again? Or, like one of the things that people get hung up on. Oh, honey, Jean, don't worry about it. We're all learning we're all learners in one phase or another. Don't worry about it. She said one of the biggest problems that people face when they try to like downsize or declutter or whatever you want to call it is that they say, oh, I spent so much money on this though, or this is worth so much. I don't want to get rid of it because it's worth so much, or I spent so much money on it. Okay, the thing is the money's already gone. And if you got, like one of the things that let me just I'll just grab this, as an example, a basket. Okay. I used to collect baskets. This is a Longaberger basket, and I know how much I paid for it. But again, I know how much people will pay for it, and it's not near the value of how much I paid for it. So, but the thing is, look, let me say, okay, I'm just going to give you an estimate. I paid $50 for this basket. I'm not going to get rid of this. I can't get rid of this because I paid $50 on it, right? But the problem is, it's like if it's sitting here and I'm not using it, and it's just taking up valuable real estate where I could get rid of these 3 baskets and I could use this space to put yarn, or whatever it is, you could fill in the blank. Then why am I keeping it? Why am I keeping it? There's no sense to keep something just because it costs you money that you've already spent it. You've already spent the money, and the question is, would you buy it again? If it was sitting on, if I took this out of my house, sat it there, would I buy it again? I probably wouldn't. So why is it here? Right? That's just a small thing about this whole. There's so much to go into. I'm just loving everything that I'm learning. I'm writing notes. I'm taking notes because I want to. I want so much to understand myself, but then Hi Angela, how are you? I want so much to understand myself in this world that I've created for myself, in my yarn space, in my happy place, right? And this is just one part of my world. And if I could understand this, and if I could figure this out, if I could just really get it and know, whew, I know if I can learn something, I want to share it with everybody else, And I'm getting real excited because I've got this grandiose idea in my head. Yet again, another idea um, on teaching you, or anybody that wants to learn about it, how to do this for themselves. And I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be so much fun because when you get excited about something, you want to share it, right? So yeah. Let's see here. I've decluttered so much this year. I've had stuff saved for boys for when they move out. Kitchen wise, I've got to get rid of some of this stuff. I know the Swedish death cleaning. Yes, Danine. Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna attempt to explain this, Danine, but basically, diamond ring is genie, right? It's when you look at something, and when you look at your space and you think, okay, I think the bottom line is you're cleaning as if you were going to die tomorrow. That sounds terrible to say, but you're decluttering as if you were going to die tomorrow, and everything that you had left in your house, your kids would have to go through. I think that's pretty much the bottom line, right, Danine? So you declutter and you get rid of everything that you would not want your kids to have to deal with. I think that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. And it is brutal, it's ruthless, it's radical. People don't want to think about that, but I mean, I'm looking in my room right now, and I would be First of all, my kids will never come in my house, but I know, right? I mean, what else would they do with it? You know? And I especially right now after I just cleaned out my mom's house, guys, we had to rent out two large storage containers because I could not let stuff go. And that's sad. That's sad because I kept stuff and I'm like, now I'm thinking back, why in the world did oh man, oh, why did I keep that? Oh man. And it's like I don't want anybody to have to go through that. I know Tracy's one of those things like, okay, I've got a collection of something. And if you love it, I don't know. I know my hubby would come back in here and he'd probably get on YouTube and say, Petra just kicked off. Who wants her stuff? I know it does. Lori, hi, sweetheart. How are you today? Yeah, I could just see it. Well, and it's funny because Mr. Happy, don't even get me started on his collections. But he keeps wanting to take me back there in his room to tell me, like, here's how much this is worth and here's how much this is worth, so that if something happens to me, I said, it ain't happening. He goes, what do you mean? I said, because if you're gone, when you're gone, I don't care how much this stuff is worth. And he goes, well, it could be worth a lot of money. You might get a lot of, hi, Jessica, how are you? You could get a lot of money for something like this. And I said, when you're gone, that whole room with all that stuff, I'm taking it out and putting it to the curb. He's like, you can't do that. I said, if you don't want me to do that, then you're going to have to do it before you go, because I'm not going to deal with it. So, yeah. Well, I've been on here for almost an hour and a half, Jessica. Having nightmares. I can just see it. All the Oh, that's so funny. I can just see that, Tracy. I'm picturing in my head. She's coming, Mom, you've got to get rid of those things quick. Jean, right? It's like, oh, what are you going to do? It's like, I'm not going to. So that basically, in a nutshell, is what Swedish death cleaning is about. It's like, okay, do you want your kids going into your cupboards and seeing mason jars that haven't been used since 1963? Oh, shoot, Lori. But that's a long way to drive. That's a long way to drive for the Fiber Festival. Anyway, so yeah, Swedish death cleaning. I'm not there yet. But I will say, though, that it does get me to think about things differently, right? Because, I have dishes galore, you guys. Yes, right? Jeannie, when you don't have the space, you can't. I mean, what are you going to do? Well, we just keep shoving it more and it goes all the way to the ceiling. Oh. Oh, Tracy. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh, it is. It is, Lori. It really is because he is an avid person in comic books. Okay, comic books is what he's into, and so he prices them on a daily basis, and he knows he's really into it. Uh, I know. Ah, so anyway, I have dishes galore. Okay, so I'm a dish fanatic. I'm talking dinnerware fanatic, dinnerware. And and so when I got married to Mr. Happy, I had a set of dishes. Well, I didn't really um love them. And so after we got married, I decided, okay, I was going to get rid of those and start a different collection. And then I liked that color, but then I like this color too. And so I had two sets of dinnerware that I loved. Um, but then I still had my Christmas dishes. And then I have my grandmother's china. But so the Christmas dishes and grandma's china are underneath the trailer here in storage. And then after we had to clean out mom's house, so I got all her dinnerware and her china and all of her Christmas dishes. Did y'all count all that up? Because I'm confused. So, oh my gosh, I got too many dishes. Well, the thing is that uh, I have this sentimental connection with my grandmother's china, and I have a sentimental connection to my mom's china. And it's like, oh my gosh, seriously. I, I don't know. I don't know. No, more than that. I got my mom's china and dinnerware, and then my Christmas dinnerware and her Christmas dinnerware, and then my two, and then my Christmas. Did I say my? Oh my gosh, too many. Okay, bye, sweetheart. Bye, Suzanne. You have a great day. Um. So anyway, I got to downsize some of these things. So what I've decided, even though it's all in storage, it's all being stored right now, but all I'm going to do is I'm going to I've already decided to do this, even though I don't actually have but one set of my mom's dinnerware. So I don't have the set of 8 out. I only have the set of 4. The rest of the other 4 is in storage too. But anyway, I'm going to keep hers. Hers is purple. And I don't have anything purple, and I don't know, but I've got all the matching pieces. She had all the matching, everything matches. So I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and keep hers because I like the shape of everything best. Um, Lori, I love it. I love it. Ah, yes, it is hard to get rid of sentimental things, but here, let me tell you what I'm going to do. So, my grandmother's china, I'm going to keep a teacup and a saucer. Hmm. And then on my mom's china, one teacup and one saucer, and that's it. And because I have a tea set collection, do you guys remember my tea set collection? Yeah. So I'm just going to add that to my tea set collection. And that way I'll still have Tammy, cool beans. Yeah, dark eggplant, and it's the Temptations from QVC. Um but if it can trip you up as long as you fall on it, Danny, it'll save you. So what was I saying? Okay, so then I'm thinking Christmas dishes. Really, it's just me and Mr. Happy. And if we have company, we will get paper plates. So the Christmas dishes are going to go. My other two sets are going to go, even though I really love the color, but it's going to go. Right, Lori? Keep something that you can remember that occasion. The rest of it can go. And yeah. That is too funny. Tracy, I'm still laughing about that and the rooster thing. Yeah, and so I have had collections of stuff like I have Boyd's bears. I don't know what they're Boyd's bears. They're bears that are from the company named Boyd's Bears. And I have the Boyd stones and I have the Boyd's plush. And I would decorate my tree and I would decorate my house with the bears. I love the bears. But they're all down in my underneath the trailer. I have no idea if they've been there now for what, 8, 9 years. I have no idea what kind of condition they're in. And guess what? I'm not going to worry about it at all. I'm not going to worry about it because if the ants, not ants, but if the rats and mice have gotten to it, okay. If not, I'm going to be giving them away anyway. I'm not going to worry about it. Hi, Maribel. How are you? You've been listening for a while. Well, what caused you to pop in? Was it the roosters? Did the roosters wake you up? So, yeah. And then the stones, they don't take up as much room. And, oh, thanks, Maribel. So then the bear stones, if at the time of, whenever we move, if I have a space to put the stones, I'll keep the stones. If I don't, they're gone. Candles, guys, candles. Why do we keep buying candles? Does anybody even use tapered candles anymore? Mine have probably melted 15 times and probably this weirdo shape because it got so hot underneath the trailer. Oh my word. Come on, guys. We need to do some major declutter time. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Hello, hello, hello. You do, but they're not the tapered ones, right, Tracy? They're the ones in the jars, like the Yankee Candle from the Yankee Candle Company, See, and I love them too, but I can't burn them because Mr. Happy has allergies, and so I can't even burn them anymore. I do it in my room, but if a lot of it, and not all candles make him have. I know it does sound like a lot of work. Why not? Don't even get started, right? Just leave it cluttered. Let the kids deal with it after you're done. Hi, Ingrid. Oh my goodness, it's very early for you, isn't it? What time is it for you? Oh, it's not a top, Samantha, but I will tell you about it. It is a wrap. It is a big wrap. And it's this long from here to here. And I just kind of crossed it over and brought it over the shoulders. Isn't it cute? It kind of could be, let me see here. That's the back. Isn't that neat? I think it's pretty cool looking. And you know what? That could be worn as a top, couldn't it? It could be worn as a top and just put like little butterfly clips here to keep that closed. Oh, wouldn't that be gorgeous? That would be gorgeous, right? And nobody mentioned this one. I finished this. This was actually been finished for months. It's been sitting there and I finally sewed in the ends. Yes, Samantha, I did, hun. My youngest throws everything away. My oldest daughter's worse. Tracy, I'm telling you, we are cut from the same cloth, girl. This is a pattern by, I don't remember the name of the gal, but it's from Expression Fiber Arts. It was one of her free patterns one week. And I don't even remember the name of the pattern. I'm sorry. But she used it was two different colors. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And it's using number one fingering weight. This, what was this? This blue here is, I don't even remember what yarn I used. I am so, that is like, that's lame. I can't even. Yeah, Shandy from Expression Fiber Arts, but I know she crocheted it, but I don't remember the name of the designer. And it's over there on the other side of the room. So it's very pretty. I mean, it is gorgeous. And it's lightweight. I figured it's actually supposed to, because here it has this jagged edge like that, like this. And it's supposed to come down to a point, but it would be like forever long. And it starts at the widest point and works its way down. And I decided that's as big as I wanted. I didn't want to crochet anymore, even though it was getting shorter. I figured that really was long. That really was wide enough. It would have been, it's the perfect, like just to go over your shoulders. And a purge is coming in. Lori, you go, girl. You go. Yeah. I have a 3.5 day weekend coming. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I really enjoy, I love working with the yarn. Okay, I do remember now. This yarn here is the yarn art. It's a yarn art. And it was a gradient, and it started in the middle with this light blue, and it kept working down until this navy blue right here. And then this is a yeah. Okay, now it's coming to me. The multicolor yarn. This one is Kristen Omdahl's Be So Fine in Dragonfly Dreams. And this is a bamboo, and then this is a cotton. So, and it's so soft and so drapey. I mean, you can see here. Yeah, that would look, I think that could make. Mm-hmm. And an art museum, Samantha. That's nice. That's nice. That makes me feel really good. Thank you. Thank you. It's a good pattern. Yeah, and it's a simple pattern because it's just not a jagged, it's more of a wavy. and it's obviously a triangle, but I like the edges. The edges are really really fun. Oh, there. And because you're like after 6 rows, you cut your yarn and you start with the next one, and you go in so many stitches, so it's never like you actually cut the yarn, count your way in, and then yeah, it's really neat. It was a neat pattern. And no, that's one of the reasons why I love working with number one weight yarn. I love number one weight, second favorite. Well, I mean, if it's a big project, number three, but for anything wearable, oh, I love that. See, that's why I just never clean the kitchen, Lori. That solves that one. Hi, Estella. How are you? Yeah, Ingrid, I really love it. It's so pretty. It really is pretty. And I think the only thing that throws me is that amber color in there. It's just not one of my colors. I like I didn't realize when I bought the yarn, this was several years ago, but I didn't realize from the picture that this was that orangey color, you know. Now this color that I bought yesterday is it's called Harvest, and it's like a golden color, and has a little bit more brown in it than the wrap does. Cooking dinner, there you go. So yeah, I've got a lot of good projects ahead of me. I'm excited about everything that I'm going to be making, and and what I'm going to be trying to do is with these, I'd like to design. I'm going to try to design my own. I'm going to take elements. So we talked. Who was the one that talked about using three, or trying to design something and using different people? Hi, Passamaquoddy. How are you? So he needs the bigger space for no. Yeah, I understand that. Hook that yarn. Hey, how are you? So what I'm going to try to do when I'm designing the projects with this yarn in mind is, I think, oh my goodness. Okay, this is really freaky, because I had in mind that I want to base my new designs. Elaine, okay, hi. I want to base my designs on Jane Austen characters. Crystal, the yarny chicken and crazy hat lady, gets people to test her patterns. Yay! Wow, great. So I'm looking at this yarn. Okay, so give me just a second, because I have to show you something. I'm looking at this. This yarn right here is screaming Emma. This is screaming Emma. This is screaming Anne. Anne from Anne Wentworth. And oh, good grief. Oh, my mind. I can't stand that. Anyway, Anne from Persuasion. Um, let's see here. This other one here, this, and this. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. This. Yeah. This one is yelling Anne. No, not Anne. Elizabeth from Pride and Prejudice. Okay, what's the name? I'm going to have to, Anne. Guys, help me. Where's Kathy Douglas when I need her? She's my Jane Austen girl. Elliot. I just saw Elaine and Elliot. That's what it is. Elliot. Anne Elliot. Right there. Anne Elliot. So I've got my inspiration already. How cool. So anyway, enough of this stuff of nonsense. And but that's my plan. That is what I'm working towards. I want to use this yarn up. I have some designs in mind. And I want to base them on Jane Austen's characters. That is what oh, honey. Oh, I hope you're able to get some sleep. So I don't want to pop off right now since Ingrid's going to be coming back. This yarn feels so amazing, guys. That cashmere in it. Do you all read Jane Austen novels? Do you read any? I think we're tapering off as far as viewers right now. Anybody there? Anybody out there? Good. I'm so glad you're still here, Michelle. Been crocheting. Yay. There's Kathy. So I had brain block there for a second. And I'm thinking, yes. Oh, guys. And I know what this one is screaming. I know who this one is screaming. This one is screaming Marianne. Marianne, or maybe Eleanor. Oh, I'm so glad you were here, Tracy. Thank you so much. So now, okay, these are going to be either, I'm thinking because of the dark colors here, I'm thinking maybe this is an Eleanor. Persuasion based on Jane Austen. Oh, was that one of the Shandy from Expression Fiber Arts, right? Kathy, am I wrong? Because I thought I saw that, but maybe I could be mistaken. Persuasion's my favorite Jane Austen. I read a like not a sequel, but it was like the diary of Mr. Knightley from Emma. I just read something from that. I've read the gentleman's version, Captain Wentworth, uh, on Ravelry. I'm going to have to take a look at it. Now, tell me what makes it persuasion. I'll have to look that up. I'm gonna remember to look that up on Ravelry. Sylvia, hi, honey. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up for sure. Okay, I'm gonna put these up here because these are my pretty yarns. Don't want to mix them in with the little acrylics that I have down here. Um, I I have some. Oh, I just thought of something. Oh, never mind. Well, I hope everybody is doing well. It is 6 o'clock my time. Um, because the way they spoke to me was kind of hard for me to. Yeah, it is. It is. You know what you could do to get like into it, if it helps you, watch some British TV. Sometimes that helps. If anyone has Jif peanut butter on your cabinet, check for number in your cabinet. Check for number 4, starting the 5th spot on the lot number ending Best By days. Toss it. It's been recalled. Oh, good to know. Okay, guys, Jif peanut butter, the number 425, starting in the 5th spot of the lot number under the Best By dates. Toss it. It's been recalled. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that would work too. It is kind of. It is kind of K. It is kind of in the garage, I have to say. I just didn't have another box for it. Well, actually I do, but not one big enough for it. Okay, wait a minute. It's just a shoulder wrap. I'm using fingering weight yarn, very dainty looking. Oh, that sounds gorgeous. Oh, that's gorgeous. I think, something like that, like under a collar of a coat or something like that, that would be so pretty. Premier Nordica, and the drape is outstanding. I've got 3 skeins of Premier Nordica of the gray and white. I will have to look into that, Samantha. Yeah, I've watched all the movies. Well, hey girl, how are you, Miss C? Um, okay, I is it just knitted stuff, or are there crocheted stuff there too? Because I don't, in fact, I hardly ever get on Ravelry. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, that does sound pretty. Um, I'm having a love-hate relationship with shawls right now, because it's like I have them, but I don't use them, and I think they're very. Hi, Ingrid. I didn't want to leave when you were still getting your tea, but yeah, shawls. I mean, you don't see people wearing shawls very often. Excuse me, very often, and yeah, I'm just wondering if it's. I mean, I have a couple of them, but I don't wear them that often, to tell you the truth, and um, I don't know. I love making them, but they're not as practical as a wrap or a poncho would be. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And I did wear my white flow poncho to the festival yesterday, And I got so many compliments on it. It was very nice. Dare to be afraid to be different. I love it. That's a good way to look at it. Yes, as a scarf. Yeah, yeah. I guess that's one way. And okay, let's pick a bone with some knitters. I'm not picking on you, Kathy, but the thing is, here's the thing. I go through magazines like you take like the magazines we get from Hirsch, not Hirsch necessarily Hirschner, but Webb's or who else sends out catalogs? Willow yarns, things like that. And the thing is, you're flipping through them and you're going, oh, all the wearables are so pretty and they're all knit. And then when you come to a pattern that's finally crochet, it's a blanket or a poncho. It's like, come on, crocheters, step up, express your wearables. Ah, there's a crocheted shawl by Wendy Lewis. Where? Where is this, Miss C? Oh, you're talking about, okay, in Ravelry. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I will definitely have to look into that. Well, I am starting to lose my voice. I've been on here for 2 hours and um, let's see, Ingrid, I hope that you sleep. Okay, get some sleep. For all of you suffering from allergies, I feel you. It's like all over. I pray that you will be able to get some relief soon. Hey, blue. So, baby. Organic cotton. I wear shawls every day and night. Oh, now you're guilting me into this. I'm gonna have to start making shawls again. Oh, Jean, thank you so much. Thanks for joining me. Express yourself in werewolves. Right? Come on. Put your stuff out there. I would flash everybody right now, but that would be scary. Ah, um, yes, I know she does. I know she does. Kathy. I'm just saying, I just feel like we're so we're not represented in the wearables. And if it is a wearable, it's a basic, and I'm like, come on, we can do better than that. Okay, I will look it up. I will definitely look it up, Miss C. And Miss C, if you're ready for your next box, you let me know. Okay. Miss Shaw likes Stevie Nicks War. Ooh, that would be interesting. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That would be very pretty. That's one of those motif shawls, I think, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it? Okay, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. In Ingrid's case, I hope you have a good night's sleep and be ready for your next for this next week. It was so wonderful to hang out with you guys. Thanks, Deb. Thank you, Samantha and Miss C and Mama Kay and Kathy and Jean and everybody that was here. And I hope you have a great one and we'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye, everybody.